Yo, it is your boy, figuratively, Angelo, with Dorsia reservations. So, as you might have heard, Andrew and I ran into this problem where Airbnb delisted all our stuff overnight. And so now we're just trying to do kind of like auxiliary marketing, guerrilla marketing, any kind of marketing, get these units filled because we're losing about $1,000 a day. So I'm actually, it's like 8:26, 8 something, and I'm heading over to every single vacant unit right now, and I'm gonna just try to film some commercials, film some video walkthroughs, and I don't know if people feel more casual with like this piece of clothing, or if they like prefer like more formal stuff. So I brought like a wardrobe change with like a suit as well. So I'm gonna do every take twice. But yeah, kind of a lot of fucking work, but we are losing about like $1,000 a day, when Airbnb is, well, we had reservations, but and Airbnb canceled them for us, so thank you, Airbnb. So let this be a lesson to you. If you're doing furnished rentals, do not rely on Airbnb. They are very tenant friendly. Like they're let's to get it straight, right? Like let's not get this twisted, okay? So what happened was one of our guests put a lot of effort into modifying a smoke detector of ours, and then they put a hidden camera inside it. Another one of the guests saw it, and then they complained, and the Airbnb did activate our listings. All of our listings, not just that one, because Airbnb automatically assumes that the owner is at fault, as opposed to them bringing in shitty guests in their shitty pool of Airbnb tenants. Anyway, I diverge, I rant, I bitch, I moan, I complain, but heading over the units right now. Gonna do a lot of serious filming today. Gonna try to edit it up. Gonna put it on the internet. We actually built like a custom landing webpage to try to convince people to pay us $2,000 plus a month. That's how low we're dropping it for the shared room, and then maybe just like $2,800 a month for a one bed, one bath. So I don't know where you're watching this from, and that may sound expensive, but in the Bay Area, it's like nothing. You're gonna be it's gonna be very, very difficult for people to find things that are cheaper. So, and if you're doing furnished rentals, you are, again, like in the winter, it's kind of like the race to the bottom. It's like, oh, well, you're doing 2,800, well, I'll do 2,750. And then if you're doing 2,750, I'll do 2,600. And it kind of just keeps going down the winter normally, because the demand is so low. So we're trying to avoid that by creating a sales funnel, like an online sales funnel. So basically trying to show them what the value is in staying at our place instead of some random Airbnb place. And we're going to try to turn this weakness, this like problem that we have, into strength, and just say, hey, listen, Airbnb doesn't vet their tenants, and they're likely going to put you can vet your host and see that they're a super host, but can you say that your super host, vets their tenants very, very carefully? You can't, right? Like, even though most of the time you're not going to get a hidden camera on you, you never know. And just speaking from experience, this is what happens on Airbnb, and you've heard all the Airbnb nightmares. But we at Dorsia Reservations now have seen all this stuff, and we're learning from it. So you can be sure we're gonna like scour every square fucking inch of our apartments when we do a turnover. So just kind of using this kind of failure as trying to turn that around as a sales message, basically. And when we can, kind of demonstrate this kind of extra value, it really depends on the sales pitch, of course, but when we can kind of demonstrate this extra value, then, and we can kind of justify like a reasonable price for the unit, namely like 2,800, something like that, right? Because what other landlord takes the effort to put in the time and effort to kind of film every unit in 2 wardrobes. Well, they'll just see one, because I'm just gonna run the ad for one. But yeah, so that's kind of like what we're trying to do. And then we have this landing page, and then there's like little like Facebook Messenger widget on it, so that like if they want to book us, then we'll probably give them an option to text or call us, as well as just messenger us. And then we may put them through like a 15-minute phone call, just to kind of like vet them out even further. Because like the thing is, like, we were very trusting of like just like people on Airbnb, but I mean at the end of the day, we were really fucking stupid. Like, these guys are strangers. They're capable of anything, right? Like, they can put a bomb in there. So like it sounds paranoid, and for 99.99% of the time it's true. But there's this book called Anti-Fragile, and there's this book called Anti-Fragile, and he talks about these things called black swan events. This guy's an option trader, and he kind of like takes a risk-benefit analysis to everything. It's a great book. I recommend it. And what a black swan event is an event that happens extremely rarely, like earthquakes, floods, things like that. But people tend to underestimate the intensity and the severity of it. So when they prepare for something that like is very rarely observed, they tend to under-prepare. So for example, a lot of hurricanes, like, hurricanes you kind of can't prepare for, you just run. But like a lot of like earthquakes and stuff like that, like you could actually have a lot more reinforcement. So for example, you can build a building that with like let's say the previous biggest earthquake was a 6.5, right, and that destroyed the entire city. 1.4 miles to my exit. Hold on. Let me make a right lane. So the next building you build is like, okay, well, that was historically the biggest, 6.4. So I'm going to build a building that withstands 7.0. But like 7.0 is like almost 10 times more intense than the previous earthquake. But the thing is, like, they underestimate how big the next big one is, right? The next big one is probably going to be much bigger than like 7.0. It could be like 8.5, and then you're kind of like wrecked again. So people tend to underestimate these kind of like the intensity of the catastrophic events, and like what will happen to them when this rare thing happens. For example, for us in our own case, like we kind of underestimated the likelihood that someone would do something like this, because we thought, well, people are just staying Airbnb, and like when I stay in Airbnb, I'm like just like low key, so all our tenants would be, right? No, the market is the market, right? Like if the market is just like 1% criminals, then you still kind of have to hold on, 400 feet. It went from half a mile to 400 feet in like 3 seconds. Anyway, if like even 1% is criminals, then you kind of have to make every one of your turnovers very, very strict and explicit, and just kind of deal with it as it is. But we also kind of underestimated that when this thing happens, how much damage it would actually do to us, because like we thought if something like this happened, they might just ask us something, or like we'll clarify a situation. But no, they shut down the entire account, all 14 units, tens of thousands of dollars lost. And then still it's like a minute, or not, every day is like $1,000 lost, like I said earlier. But anyway, can't see anything in this glare, but let's follow the car in front of me. But yeah, what else was I gonna say? Oh, I was gonna say, if any of you get to the point where you kind of systematize everything just like us, and are able to get the privilege of being able to run the business passively just like us, don't fall in the comfort trap where you just stop doing anything. Don't be the too cool CEO, don't be the too cool founder to basically like not do anything, because you're like, well, why did I do this if it's not passive income? And let me reiterate, this will never be passive income. There's always gonna be some shit that goes on, even if you systemize everything, because you're just not going to be able to speculate all the different scenarios that'll happen, right? Some bad shit's going to happen. Like 2 weeks ago, someone moved our cable to another address because Comcast doesn't feel like checking like their social security and all that shit for our account. So they just disconnected it for no reason. So like all these things, like you just can't predict. Like, so like new and novel things are going to happen. They're going to happen often, and that's okay, because that's the nature of running a business, right? This is my street. Yeah. Yeah, this is my street. So that's the nature of running a business. And and the other thing that you don't want to do, because like once it becomes completely passive, like the income, Jesus Christ, this sun is like, once that becomes complete passive income and you don't do anything for a while, this is what happens to you mentally. And this is probably the worst thing, more than like any money loss, is you become fucking soft, right? When you become soft, then when things like this happen, then you won't have the motivation, the drive to be able to kind of rebound and reel from it, because it's like it's going to take a lot of work, and if your brain is not prepared to do that amount of work to get your business back up, then you're screwed. Then your first thought is just going to be like, oh, well, this is way too much trouble. I'm just going to give up. So anyway, I'm almost there at the unit. Keep you guys posted on everything that's happening. I hope I don't run over someone. There's like extreme glare. Anyway, hope this video finds you guys well, and talk to you guys soon. All right, have a good, well, it's weekend for me, but good something whenever you're watching this. Thanks.